This is another bonus edition of the Organized Coach podcast, and I'm titling this, Can Any Coach Be Organized? Basically, do I think that everyone can get organized? And I hear this often. I'm not organized. My brain doesn't work that way. As if you are either born an organized person or not. So organized is not a human descriptive word of your character. It is a skill. And that's one of the main things I want to say. It is a skill that you develop. So can you be organized? Even with all of your natural tendencies, even with the way your brain works, even with the amount of stuff in your life, can you be organized? And my simple answer is yes. I started thinking about some of the things that I wonder if we can do. Even walking as a baby, but riding bikes, decluttering, learning to sell, playing the piano, swimming. I remember one of my friends saying that she was panicked. She wanted to do a triathlon, but she couldn't swim. She would just panic in the water. And so she started taking swimming lessons. And of course, what happened? She learned how to swim. They taught her step by step. She practiced and practiced and practiced, and she did her triathlon. It was the coolest thing to watch. So yes, yes, yes. Can every coach be organized? Yes. Can every human develop the skill of organization? Yes. So here are a couple thoughts about what it takes to develop that skill. Number one, you need a teacher. And you think about anything. You ride a bike, your parents teach you probably. You declutter, maybe you watch some videos, you learn to sell things, you get sales training, you watch other people do it. Same with playing the piano. You usually get a piano teacher and you use books and you learn and you practice. So you need a teacher. And I have had clients just say, like, there's this gap where I'm not sure what to do. My brain doesn't think that way. And that's what a teacher does. They help fill in the gap. You're learning, because you're listening to the podcast, you're learning organization skills in different areas of your business and of your life. And so you start by listening to the podcast. I've done some free workshops. You come to those workshops, you watch some videos. And then the next natural step, if you're ready to practice the skill and implement the skill of organization into your business, is to join Organized Coach Academy. And that is launching. We have 4 more days for you to get into this inaugural round of the Academy. Number 2, it takes practice. And if we could only skip this part, I want to skip all the hard parts, right? I don't want to practice. But what if we could learn to enjoy this part? What if we could be willing to learn and fail and even find the beauty in the process? Even shift our perspective that the beauty in the process could be connecting with other people. It could be learning things about yourself. It could be relying on someone else to teach you. There's so many different ways to look at the process and the beauty of the process and the practicing part. So as we practice, let's find some things to enjoy in that. And that's one of the reasons in the Academy that I want to make it fun. So as we practice these things in our business, we have opportunity to connect in the Slack group. We have 2 calls a week that we're going to practice this on and notice the beauty and the discoveries and the wins and the learning in developing the skill of organization. Number 3, mindset. The first module in the Academy is breaking up with disorganization. So what are we believing? That we can't? That something's wrong with me? What do we need to believe? I like when we talked, I don't know if it's in the last podcast or the one with Neil Williams, but talking about thinking like an organized CEO and making decisions from your future self. Finding the evidence where you are already organized and bringing in some of those thoughts into your business and into implementing some of these strategies. We're doing some of these exercises in Module 1 so that we can focus on our mindset first, because if you're a coach, you probably are aware that our mindset and our thinking is going to create the actions and result in our life. So we have to look at that. We have to make shifts in our perspective in order to create and develop the skill of organizing. So we need a teacher. It takes practice, and we have to look at our mindset. And then number 4, we need to keep it simple. We don't start learning to play the piano by making it complicated. We start with the most simple steps, and we keep going over and over those until they become so foundational in our mind and in our instinct that we are able to add more skills after that. So one of my most basic skills, and I'm sure you've heard me say this on the podcast before, but is the concept of the wonderful one. And then the other one is the 5 steps to getting organized. And we will continually come back to these 2 main concepts and work with those until we've practiced them so much that they become instinctual. And then we'll move and work in all the areas of our business using those most simple strategies. So the wonderful one is, as much as possible, reducing decisions to one thing. Another coach and I were talking about this and just how 99% is hard, but 100% is easy because there's no more mind drama. So any place that we can, if we reduce decisions down to 0, we have one decision or one option and that's it. That is so much easier than if we keep lots of little options. So the wonderful one, and then the 5 steps to organizing. You can go back and listen to episode 2, 5 steps to organize anything in your coaching business. Okay, and then number 5, the last one, is don't start from scratch. This applies to our mindset, but it also applies to the actual strategies and templates and things that we're using to organize our business. So don't start from scratch. There definitely is places in your life where you're organized. So we need to find those so you're not starting from scratch, as if you are 0% in any way implementing organization in your life. There is for sure a percentage. So we're going to start there. That's why I give you templates. I have these templates, these concepts set up so that you can implement those. And yes, you may want to customize some things about them specifically for your business or specifically for the way your mind works, but we're not starting from scratch. Same with documenting our procedures. We don't need to start from scratch. We have the SOP swipe file so that we can begin to document processes and already have a starting point. Step number 1, we need a teacher. Step number 2, it takes practice. Number 3, it all starts with our mindset and what we're believing and the story we have about it. Step 4, we need to keep it simple. And step 5, don't start from scratch. And then you go back to practicing it over and over and over. And you 100% can become organized. You can develop the skill of organization. I think about this with the digital file structures, and I've done a couple workshops on those and talked about it in, I think, episode 1, where we funnel through the main 2 files, business or personal, and then we funnel into business. And in business, we funnel through 5 main categories. It's either operations, marketing, my content, education, other people's contents, or clients. Everything's going to funnel into one of those 5 things. So we keep it simple. We keep practicing that over and over. We ask, where's the one? How can we implement the concept of the wonderful one? So like I'd mentioned before, the doors to Organized Coach Academy are open right now. I want you in there. If you're thinking about it and you have some reservations, please reach out to me. You can message me on Instagram at Tracy Hoth, or you can email me at tracy@simplysquaredaway.com. Let me talk with you about it, not to push you into it, but to help you make a decision if you have some obstacles. And again, I mentioned if you need a payment plan, reach out to me. So if you're listening to this live, it is Friday the 29th, 2023, and doors are closing Monday, October 2nd at midnight. And we start the 3rd. Our first call is the 3rd. So join today. You'll have access to module 1 on Saturday, the 30th, and you can get started on that. Some of the bonuses are live, and we are going to do this together. We are going to practice the skill of organization and implement it and practice it into your business, with your business. I want you to join the already amazing group of coaches we have in there right now to do this together. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate that you take the time and listen to these podcasts. I believe completely that you can be organized, that you can develop this skill. We have some amazing podcasts coming up. Email organization, anyone? I've had some requests for how to organize your email. We have that coming up. We have Business Systems Made Easy with Jenny Lakenan. And we have Organize Your Emotions as You Grow Your Business with Rhonda Farr. Thank you so much for listening and have an amazing week. I'll see you inside Organized Coach Academy on Tuesday.